Hi everyone, Keith Arkenberg Farms. It's now mid-January. If you can't tell, it has snowed out here quite a bit. Today I'm just going to kind of take you around briefly, talk to you about what we do when it snows out here and the maintenance you need to do on your greenhouses and high tunnels when you get snow on them. So, I'm going to go around the field, so let me show you. But first, don't forget to head over to arkenbergfarms.com, scroll down to the bottom, digital tools and training, bunch of cool spreadsheets, side openers, have their information. Also got my ultimate supply catalog down there, and soon we'll be starting the Market Gardening Farm School, and we'll have a whole bunch of cool modules down there. We'll be building those throughout the season, so go ahead and check it out. Now I'll start in front of my two Farmer's Friend Caterpillar tunnels. These are both 16-foot wide tunnels, 90-ish feet long. On ground posts driven into the ground. It really doesn't matter that much. But the great thing about these Quonset style tunnels, which is the curved top on them, is that they shed snow really well. You can really see the snow in between, actually how deep it is. This is kind of really what you want to see, because you've got the nice curve in between the two, and it's not really pushing on them too bad. Walk over to the other side and look at it. But the great thing about having snow like this is the plain and simple fact that it seals off all of your tunnels, because it is cold out here. I think it's like a whopping 9 degrees outside, and it's been that way now for the past week. For the rest of you in the central part of the country, plains area, Midwest, that whole area, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's been cold, and this has really helped benefit. And if you didn't notice, the side openers actually got the door open, so it's actually actively venting because the sun's out. Pretty cool. Same thing on the other tunnel. So that means I was out here 2 days ago, we were at -7. This tunnel right here was at 45 degrees. So that is a 50-degree raise in temperature just purely by the sun. But back to this right here. So you see how we have a nice blanket of snow coming up the edge of the tunnel? And if you remember right, it's about the same on the other side. So the amount of snow we get here, we really don't have to worry all that much about snow. There's still a little bit up top. It just kind of sheds as it goes. It'll heat up, it'll slide down. It kind of gets caught and frozen on the ropes. Not a big deal. One thing you really want to be cautious with in a snowy area is not leaving your shade cloth on the tunnel over the winter, because it'll actually stick to it and hold the snow, and that puts added weight on the crown. Because they're a curved shape, which is an arch, very sturdy from loads coming down or coming to the side. The main thing you've really got to watch with these is when you get really heavy snows and really heavy winds, and all blows over to one side of the tunnel, then it starts putting pressure on the side of the tunnel. That's where you see pictures of collapses. Usually happens much further north than us. We're in northeast Kansas, so we very rarely ever get this much snow out here like we have right now, actually. So this is a rarity, but I think it's pretty cool and I want to talk about it. The other thing you'll end up with is in between the two tunnels, you'll build up more snow in between them. Further up north, they spread them out further for this reason. Here, again, we don't really have to worry about it. This is a rarity. We have not had snow this long and this much, probably, I'd say a good, probably 15 or 20 years. So that's really cool. That's actually sticking around. The greenhouse, or high tunnel over here, let's see if we can get a good view of that. I'm on my knees now. So we've got about 3 foot of drifts up on the edge. Well, they're not drifts. They're actually what's shedded off the top. Again, not worried about it. This one has side posts that are up in the air. Nothing to have to even consider doing anything about. The one thing I will note, this has an automated side opener, so it rolls up and down the sides. Nothing growing in here right now, or I would have had to shovel this. Because what happens is, this thing cranks up, it pushes the snow back, then it comes back down, gets caught on it. Sometimes it will get caught and won't go all the way down. The other problem is it'll actually freeze in the snow itself, and when that happens, the side opener will crank. It won't go anywhere. It'll actually twist the bar and twist it off because those things have so much torque on them. It's really amazing. So here's a little bit of an example of not good construction here. Now, this Caterpillar tunnel I put up towards the end of the season last year. This one's actually on just your regular rebar. There's no center purlin running down the center. I actually ran a piece of rope to each hoop and twisted around and went to the next one. Then at the ends, because I was kind of afraid of this, I put a down guy. So it's just staked to the ground going up to the tunnel itself, up top. What's happened is the snow settled, it put weight on it, and it's actually starting to really bend this back in. It's actually been like this for a while. The wind did some of this, so I'm not too worried about it, and there's nothing growing in there. I'm not at risk of collapse or breaking anything. It's not a big deal. What I did down on the other end was I actually went from this second hoop here. We'll just go ahead and walk through here. Went from the end hoop and actually put in just a little bit of ridge pull, just long enough to kind of, I don't know, brace the end more or less. I was more worried about this end because of the high winds we have out of the west, because we're walking down to the west end right now. We'll get down here, and there we go. So we got a ridge pole running back. It's basically 2 hoops worth. And it ends right about here. Now that's braced all of these last hoops together. I also have wind bracing going up as well, which really sturdied it out. One thing you can do for shedding snow in these, if it really starts building up, it's just simple, and it goes away. I pretty much find this to be unnecessary, especially in our bigger tunnels, because they have the ridge pole. It really helps. This tunnel, with just the strap running across the top of it, you get a little bit more where they're dipping down. You can kind of really see it right there. So it's just something to watch for. I mean, pretty sturdy, pretty stuck, but we're not expecting to get another foot or 2 of snow anytime soon. So again, I'm not going to worry about it today. Further up north, you might want to really start thinking about addressing this issue up here, because it is putting added weight and stress on your tunnel. I'm gonna have to go through and retighten it all anyways, because I neglected to do this to this other end down here. Other than that, everything inside the tunnel has frost blankets on it. I have not removed them. I have not checked. We hit a low of -17 2 nights in a row with a high of less than 0. So I don't have super high hopes for in here, but who knows? You know, the stuff that went through the edges, I don't know. It might be good. It might not be good. It's how you learn, and there's nothing I could do about it. Went through this last week and did harvest a bunch of stuff out of there. So we have a bunch of stuff in the walk-in. Did a bunch of lettuce harvesting, like I did in a video last year where I harvested what I called for the next month. Cut the heads off whole, throw them in there, cut them where their leaves come off, so you don't have to worry about browning. Everything's good and hardened off. So we don't have to really worry about things going bad this time of year. Things last a lot longer in the walk-in, along with all of our stored root vegetables. So, as always, hope you all liked me Saturday. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. So, ArkenbergFarms.com, digital tools and training. Go check it out. Free ultimate supply catalog down there. All the stuff we use on our farm. Have a good day.